Let's see. Jerry and Sylvia are bringing the crudités. Note to self. Put allergy warning sign in dip. Function's slated to bring the rolls, so I need to make sure we have ours in the oven by 4. And Zeppo's making his grandma's special recipe giblet gravy. Gravy.
Nudge, nudge.
Yes?
You have a minute?
If you talk fast.
Okay, my girlfriend's bringing her boyfriend to dinner and he prides himself on being a vegan who only eats locally sourced organic foods and they don't have a brand label attached to them, so is there anything on our menu that won't offend his sensibilities?
Well, there's... Did you just say your girlfriend had a boyfriend?
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, Winston's slated to bring a dish of his vegan surprise.
What's the surprise?
It's fried in lard.
That works!
Is that all?
Well, actually, I had another question. Do you think we could use my, aunt's turkey glaze?
Maybe. What's in it?
Tomato paste, vinegar, sugar, salt, onion powder.
That's ketchup! We are not glazing the turkey with ketchup!
Oh. Well, can we try my other aunt's turkey glaze?
What's in that one?
Spicy mustard, apricot preserves, crushed salt and vinegar potato chips.
That's disgusting! You're disgusting! I can't work like this! Yeah! Okay, Julia's sprung for sparkling grape juice. Fancy. Melvin's bringing garlic and blue cheese pot pie. Ugh. The garbage can will be eating well this year.
Hey, Bite Squad!
Yes, Flicker.
When you're doing the seating, could you put me in the seat that's closest to the sweet potatoes?
Why?
I am not going to sit in my assigned seat all day waiting for them to arrive so I can pick off all the marshmallows before anyone else gets any.
I see. Well, that'll put you right between Melvin and Goober the Clown.
Goober's coming.
Yes?
In that case, could you put as much space between him and me as humanly possible?
Have fun in China! Let's see here. Bob's in charge of the centerpiece again. Note to self, strict rule for Bob. No entrails on the table decorations.
Hey, bite the bullet! Bob wants to know if the entrails you ordered for the centerpiece have arrived yet.
Note to self, strict rule for Bob. No entrails on the table decorations.
I'll go tell him.
Note to self, good call.
Hey, bite one more thing off than you can chew.
Yes?
I forgot my question. I know it was a question.
Well, if you remember, please hesitate to ask.
I remember! Can we make the stuffing out of pizza?
No! Well, actually, no, let's... Yeah, what am I thinking?
Hey, bite your tongue. Can we have tacos as a side dish?
Ask the fridge! I'm going someplace quiet so I can concentrate!
So can we?
No one can find me now. I'm free to plan in peace.
Hey, Bite, there's gonna be 2 less people to worry about.
How'd you find me?
I just followed the maniacal laughter.
Ugh.
Anyway, I just found out that my girlfriend's been leading a double life working for a vegetable smuggling operation, and her boyfriend was actually an undercover cop investigating the case. So now she's fleeing the city, he's in hot pursuit, and neither of them are going to be able to make it.
Ah.
Hey, bite of 87! The fridge won't answer me, but I had a new idea I wanted to run by you. How about, instead of mashed potatoes, we have pumpkin ravioli?
Oh, I found a nice recipe for that on the internet. We could try it out.
And we even have fresh pumpkin for it. Well, sort of fresh. I saved the jack-o'-lanterns from Halloween.
I think we'll go with canned.
Why don't you leave me alone? I'm trying to think!
Rude. Hey, Bite, you think we can use wheat bread for the stuffing?
Ah!
Bite? Bite? Well, we've got another educational short for you today. This one might help you if you're having trouble carving your, Thanksgiving turkey. Called Carving Magic, and it's got Harvey Korman in it, so that's a thing. Hey, Bite Squad! You killed him!
From the makers of Magic Jack and Slushy Magic, the meat goes round and round and it comes out here.
I do not like your green ham slogan. I do not like it, Martha Logan. Where am I? Oh. Yeah.
Happy birthday! Oh, those are flowers.
We would have had you over sooner.
But you weren't ripe
But Joe's
yet.
been so busy at the studio lately. But all he does every night is come home and fall into bed.
Sends me
So
flying.
much money, he needs a truck to get it to the bank. By the way, where did he disappear to?
He's in the kitchen. He'll be right in. Al, take your usual place in Gloria.
Go jump in a lake.
Mary, it's beautiful. The table, I mean.
You're ugly as
Is it an
sin!
anniversary or something? Thank you. No anniversary. But it is a special occasion.
I'm having Hobby's baby.
Joe has learned.
Mary, don't tell him a thing.
Yum, deep fried troll head.
They'll find out for themselves.
He's made Forrester turkey surprise.
All right. Everybody ready? No. Wait a minute.
You've got a booger.
Some kind of a gag. Now, it's not an anniversary, but it is a special occasion. Now, we have to find out for ourselves.
It's Thanksgiving, you dip.
I got it. You're going to try carving a turkey again.
Yes, I
Anything,
am.
will you, Joe? Now, don't start carving that beautiful turkey yet, please. I gotta go get my camera.
Or the hospital will never believe me.
Swore if we had pictures of you the last time you tried carving a turkey, we'd have made a mint selling them for a TV comedy.
Yeah, Junior Mint.
Well, now, Joe, please don't get hurt. No, I wouldn't hurt you for the world, you know that, Joe. But honest, watching you carve is.
I'm sorry, this script is ridiculous. We are amused as well.
Al,
Headley,
Al, Al.
bite me.
I just decided to give you a special treat. Now, I was going to let you watch from the other end of the table.
Where it's safe.
For you, seeing as how you're my very special friend, and because you get such a kick out of watching
Mug
me
harder,
carve,
Joe.
I'm going to give you a special performance.
Hop up.
Step right over here, please. Now, I want you to watch very close.
I'm going to make this pencil disappear.
Mary?
Now, I'm going to make the first incision just below the rib cage.
Yeah! Garnished with deep fried broccoli.
Ew, it's still pink.
I know the wishbone's in here somewhere.
Roast leg of Radio City Rockette.
Now that the kneecap is exposed, we can go about locating the liver.
If eyebrows could kill.
We will now slice open the breast in order to expose the skull.
Holiday carving tips with Christopher Walken.
Sliced eraser.
Roxy! Harvey married a who?
Is that a chocolate orange?
I called it.
But I saw it first!
No, you didn't. I saw first.
No, I saw it first! Give it down!
Yep, mine.
Fine.
Mine.
Fine.
Would you mind going to your place, Al? Or are you going to stand there staring all night?
How'd you bloody do that?
Where did you learn to carve like that? You've been taking lessons or something? That's from Martha Logan. Martha Logan?
The first lady?
You mean the home economist to Swift? Oh, no wonder. She's an authority on meat. You get to meet her. We're making a TV film for them over at the studio.
To play on the silver boob
That's all
tube.
it was all about. I made up my mind to really learn all about carving.
And here's the finished piece ready to hang on the wall.
Excuse me, Miss Logan.
Will you marry me?
Tell me, you think a guy like me could learn how to carve anything like you do?
Of course. And why not? It's not magic.
But the
you know.
title was, and it,
Sure
and
looks like it the way you do it. And to learn how to do it with all these different meats.
It's not nearly as complicated as you might think.
Miss Logan, is the turkey supposed to be shriveled and black?
Here, I'll show you what I mean. Spread out on the table here are more than 20 different cuts of meat, if you include the turkey and chicken.
If you don't, there's
Now,
2.
you'll notice that we have them grouped. If you learn to carve any one piece in each group, you can handle everything else in that group.
Stop undressing me with your eyes, please.
See what I mean. For instance, leg of lamb, whole ham, and the picnic shoulder are carved exactly alike.
With a chainsaw. Ring,
Ring,
ding, 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 ding,
in
ding.
camera rehearsals and when we photograph them.
Soda crackers.
The only real difference between carving a whole ham and carving either the butt or the
But,
end cut
oh,
is
please.
that these are placed with the cut surface down. The actual cutting is the same. This group includes all steaks.
Including tent and
The only thing
burning.
to remember about steaks is that when all bone is removed, care should be taken to cut each muscle into equal
Muscles?
pieces,
I thought they were talking
so
about
everyone
steak.
will get a serving from each section, where they vary in tenderness.
Please remain seated while the camera is in motion.
And for these boneless cuts of meat, just make sure that all carving is done at right angles to the meat grain.
Wait, does
That
this say
way, all
cursed
servings
beef?
are more tender and tasty. Any pot roast cut is the same once the bones are removed.
We'll see pot
The only
roasts.
thing to remember is that all cutting should be across the grain or fibers of the meat.
Or the carpet.
Loin of pork and lamb ribs, sometimes called a rack of lamb, are carved exactly the same by cutting between the ribs. The standing rib roast is done differently, but easily.
Chainsaw. Ring, ding, 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 ding,
Onto
ding.
the cut surface with the rib bones to the left, then carve horizontally. And of course,
Tom, turkey,
the
and
best
son.
possible example of this idea of learning to carve by meat group is turkey and chicken. All poultry, for that matter.
Even
You
ostrich?
see how it works?
Well, it sure sounds easy the way you tell it. But turkey?
You're beautiful.
Give you trouble?
Trouble. I'll never forget the one I tried to carve for our first Thanksgiving dinner.
It stole my
Our
watch.
kid could have done better pulling it apart with his hands.
Well, you just watch what I do during rehearsals and when we make the pictures. You'll learn.
To invest in TV dinners.
Well, I hope so. One of the first shots they made was on carving a leg of lamb.
Oh, my nose!
Do you know that carving a leg of lamb is exactly the same as carving a whole ham?
If he starts singing, I'm out.
The first step is to cut off 3 or 4 slices from the side opposite the cushion.
Kushner.
Then I learned that it was of paramount importance to unwrap your meat before cooking.
This can be located by the H-bone. The flat bone in the butt
Yeah,
end which
but-
slants towards the center section. Now, cutting off these slices makes a flat surface for the roast to stand on while you're carving. Now, with the roast standing upright, you make sure the shank is to your right.
Where it will be
If you're
appreciated.
left-handed. A left-handed carver would put it the other way. Then
Don't
you make
touch
a
that!
series of perpendicular cuts right down to the bone, using firm strokes with a sharp knife. And when you've got as many slices as you want,
Cut some for the
lay
other
your
people.
carving knife flat and cut along the leg bone at the bottom of your slices.
Ooh. Nom, 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 nom.
Hey, don't start until everyone's been served.
Shoe-shaped slices just as neat and pretty as you could want. And this method of carving is the same for ham and lamb, for roast fresh ham, and roast leg of veal.
Cut, print, check the gate, moving on.
The lens cap's still on, sir.
Everything in the group. I guess we all learned something making that movie because
We had nowhere to go but up.
Logan even had to show the director how the different cuts went so he could figure his camera angles. In carving a ham butt piece,
But
ham upright with the cut surface down. Make sure the bone end and the wedge-shaped bone is on your left.
In the passing lane.
Then slice parallel to the platter, to the round bone.
that's one big butt.
Oh, come on!
Andy Griffith is confused.
I'd hate to shoot a butt like that! Knock it off!
And then make a vertical cut close to the round bone to free the slice.
Slice the butt!
Stop
Really, it's the
it!
same as you do when you carve a whole ham.
You go whole hog!
Slice
You,
it horizontally instead of vertically. The shank piece is practically the same,
Except where it's not.
except that it's easier to cut the meaty cushion free from the bone first. Then slice it into as many servings as you want.
I think my cholesterol's going up just from watching this.
The next group she showed us how to carve were the loin roast.
I'd leave it.
A roast loin of pork in this case. A carving is simply a matter of cutting between the ribs and serving the chop.
House restaurant with 12 convenient locations to
Carving is
serve
easy if you
you.
have the backbone cut free when you buy the roast. You leave the backbone in place for roasting. Then remove it before putting the roast in the platter.
Ew, it's
Lamb
leaking.
ribs are roasted and carved the same way. And a standing rib roast of beef also is the same. Except you make your cuts horizontally.
She killed the
instead of vertically.
garnish!
After that, she showed us how to carve a porterhouse.
The poor horse.
You know, I think this part about steaks is just about the most interesting part of it all.
It's the most
Up until
interesting
now, I never
part
thought about
of
steaks
it
as
all.
carving. I always thought you just cut it.
I know. That's what most people think.
Because most
Sure.
people are stupid.
But if you remember what I just showed you,
Did they
always
mic the
cut
table?
bone out first with a short pointed knife. Then, holding the knife at an angle,
Slice it to
cut the
ribbons.
tenderloin. That's the smaller piece. Into as many slices as there are people to be served.
And then she goes and she touches all of them.
Cut the sirloin strip and the flank piece.
Making sure to call all the best parts for yourself.
That way, all your servings will be the same. Everyone will be served equal amounts of each part of the steak.
Whether they want it or not.
If you use this same principle for all steaks, you'll find that people will really enjoy having steak at your house.
Boy, is my wife going to be happy when she finds out I'm learning how to carve. What's next, Miss Logan?
Hardwood.
In pot roast, we're going to demonstrate how to carve a blade bone pot roast first.
With a blade bone roast, the first step is to remove the bone.
To use as the knife.
Both the blade bone and the small piece of backbone.
It's not a jungle gym, young man.
The next step is to separate the various muscles, or sections of meat, where they divide naturally.
The way God intended.
With the muscles separated, it's easy to see which way the grain runs in each section.
This one has
And
left-running
it's important
corn.
to carve across the grain, turning this section, if necessary, to make it easy to get nice, even cross-grain slices.
And even amounts of fat.
I think I feel my heart clogging. It's Oscar the Roast. Scram! Hey, you're supposed to be cleaning the bathrooms!
But since the part along the backbone is the most tender, I always make sure everyone gets an equal portion.
God darn you!
Carving round bone pot roast is about the same, except that you don't have to remove the one round bone out in the kitchen before you serve it. So, that's how it is now, my boy. You're now looking at an expert carver.
Of small soap
You
duckies.
mean you can carve all those different meats the way you carved that turkey tonight?
For a given definition of carve.
Well, would it be too
I mean,
much trouble?
will you be my carving buddy?
I sure will. But right now, I can even do better.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, I figured you'd want to learn, and since Mary doesn't keep our refrigerator stocked with all those steaks and roasts for you to practice on,
And destroy.
I borrowed a print of the movie we made.
There's a butt on that bar plate! Not you, too!
Good, you finish your coffee and I'll get the projector. Okay.
So we get to watch people watching an educational short film. What kind of dope would enjoy this?
No offense, folks.
Well, here we go.
I hope this works. Or Basewood and you.
Brought to you by the National Lattice Council.
For centuries, the carving of meat has been a fine art which has been practiced largely by highly trained chefs
Bork, bork, bork.
and a few husbands who have had enough interest and patience to learn the skill.
But not women. Oh,
But
wait.
now, Martha Logan, eminent home economist, has devised a simple method of grouping the most common meats.
Into different classes,
Method
making
that
sure they
makes
will
it
never be
easy
seen as
for
equals.
anyone to learn to carve.
Hi!
This method of grouping the various meat cuts is really quite simple. All that is required is an understanding of the similarity between different cuts of meat.
They
For
filmed in
instance,
IKEA vision.
people seldom think of ham and leg of lamb as being anything alike. Yet, methods for carving them are identical. Here, I'll show you. The first thing you do is to locate the wedge-shaped bone called the H-bone. Here it is on the leg of lamb.
Careful, it might
Pointing
go off.
toward the section from which the big horseshoe-shaped slices are cut. And here is the H-bone on the ham.
And here is a tongue?
With the shank bone to the right of the carver, first step in carving is to remove several slices from the side opposite the meaty section.
You mean the method hasn't
This
changed
makes
since the
flat
first half of the
surface
film?
roast to rest on while
Amazing!
carving. With the fork placed in the butt end
But-
of the roast to hold it firm,
Firm butt!
I'm
Surrounded by children.
Yes, you are.
Strokes. Slices should be at least a 1/4 inch thick.
Any thinner and they'll float away. 2 hours later. Ooh. Hey, I already told Bite not to do that.
When the desired number of slices has been cut, hold the knife parallel to the cutting board and cut along the leg bone to free the slice.
From the tyrannical hammy overlord. She's, really slicing that ham, huh?
Yep.
Yep, she is.
Nom, 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 nom.
Bite.
Sorry. Yeah.
Pop. Mrs. Lovett!
Exactly the same method is used for roast leg of lamb.
But what about the rest of it?
Standing rib roast of beef is really one of the easiest roasts to carve properly. Ribs to the left of the carver, the fork is inserted between the first and second ribs to hold the roast firmly.
If your roast cannot be held firmly,
Quarter-inch
God help
slices
you.
are made from the right side of the roast across to the ribs. Remember
Ew,
to let the
it
roast
squirted.
for 15 minutes to let it firm up. It will carve more easily.
Why is she cutting it on a Mancala board?
I'm slicing it, folks. See? Slicing it. See? Slicing!
As each slice is completed, use the tip of the knife to cut along the rib bone and free the slice.
Repeat this tedious process until you go stark raving
As
mad.
cutting gets further into the roast, the fork should be removed from between the upper ribs and reinserted further down. In carving steaks, there is one point of paramount importance.
The knife tip.
After removing the bone, make sure that each part is cut into equal portions, so that each serving will be equal.
Again, as previously
For
stated.
instance, here is a sirloin steak. With the bone removed, hold the knife blade at an angle and slice the steak into equal portions, about 3/4 inch thick, including as much of the tenderloin as possible with each serving. As long as you remember this, whether serving porterhouse, sirloin, ham steak, or even round steak, everyone at your house will be a happy steak eater.
Right up to their third heart
And now,
attack.
to complete our demonstration, I'll show you some of the fine points for the carving job Father loves best.
The sad, sorry, spooky-looking
Turkey
jack-o'-lantern.
should be placed so that the breast will be to the carver's left.
Did they
With the
shellac
tip of
the
knife,
turkey?
cut the
You gotta
tip
preserve it
again,
somehow.
holding the legs in place. Now, press the drumstick outward with a fork or your left hand.
Ah, it burns!
Place the knife between the thigh and the body and slash through the skin to the joint.
Making sure you stop to relax the scream so you're a bit
Keep that
dumb.
outward pressure constant while you're making this cut, and the entire leg will separate from the body.
I think I'm a vegetarian now. Good, more for me.
The upper thigh joint will come out so that you can cut it free with your knife. That was easy, wasn't it?
Never mind the
So
third-degree
with this
burns,
next
those will heal right
cut,
up.
separating the thigh from the drumstick. You make your first cut in the angle between the two. Just press the edge of your knife in until you feel the joint.
Then pop it and watch your company
Now for the
wince.
breast. Take your fork, put it firmly into the wing,
Firmly
and cut
grasp
away from
it.
the body. With your knife, make a long cut just above the wing joint, cutting in all the way to the bone.
A whole half inch or
When
so.
that cut is made, the breast is ready for carving. Start about halfway up the breast and slice straight down toward that cut above the wing joint. When your knife reaches the cut, the slices will fall free.
Freedom!
Each succeeding slice of white meat is started higher on the breast until the crest of the bone is reached.
I prefer Colgate.
You'll find with just a little practice, you'll acquire every bit of the skill of the expert. Happy carving and good eating.
Da 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 da.
Okay, Mary, did you hit the light, please? Well, what did you think of it?
It stinks.
Boy, she sure makes it look easy.
Now, wait a minute. Don't get the idea that this is one of those pictures just to make things look easy. Now, carving, when you get to know the different groupings, like ham and lamb,
With boiled yam.
chicken and turkey, and all those different loin roasts,
And the butt! Congratulations, you just went a one-way trip to your box without supper. I did?
you wonder why you didn't think of it yourself.
Okay, I'll try it. You, Joe, and Mary are hereby invited to our house Saturday night for dinner. Honey, what kind of roast do you want to cook?
Tofu.
Are you going to do the carving?
What else?
Gloria, you better play it safe and make a bologna.
Hey, humor!
Okay, okay. After the way I've ribbed Joe, I guess I had that coming. So to show you that my heart's in the right place, we will have standing rib roast. Okay?
No, it is most certainly not
It doesn't make
okay.
any difference. Now, whatever kind of roast you get, you'll find it easy to learn how to carve it. Now, well, if I can learn how to carve, anyone can learn.
I'm hopeless. Wait, you never told us how to carve fish.
What about my suckling pig?
How do you carve a bologna?
Or is it?
Alright, I've got your notes. I can field any and all ridiculousness from Flicker and Lockjaw. You just sit here and recuperate.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, well, all I really need to do is watch a little TV.
You are watching the Pointy Crown channel. We've been playing Christmas movies continuously since July, and we won't stop until the ratings go down.
Nope.
Up next...
Okay, Bite, I know you weren't crazy about the pizza stuffing idea, but here's I got another one for you. Stuffing made of cheesecake. I take it that's a no. Ah!
Hooray for Santa Claus!